Good morning, dear friends. What a joy for us to be here another day and always a new beginning. Every day is an exercise of renewal. We need to learn to let go of the past, blessing it, and putting ourselves fully in the hope of the moment, building the future today. Emmanuel is going to help us. In chapter 70 of the book Vineyard of Light, he brings to us a very important message. He quotes Jesus in Luke chapter 9, verse 44. Put my words in your ears. And he, Emmanuel, explains. Many hear the word of the Christ, however, very few are those who put in practice the lesson they heard. It's not about mere words, but to focus on the teachings that must beat in the book of the heart. Jesus was not talking about the dead word, but the creating verb. In the doctrinal circles of Christianity, they are full of apprentices that they don't know how to fulfill the appeal. They come to the spiritual activities, often attuned with inferior, unsettling matters. But the Spirit of the Christ, the knee down, repeating verbal formulas, however they focus in themselves, far away from the just service. Majority does not want to listen to the Lord, but to talk to the Lord. As if Jesus would simply fulfill a role of a babysitter subordinated to the caprices, the whims of each one of us. They are students who seek to subvert the order of the school. They pronounce long prayers. They shout protests. They align promises that they cannot fulfill. They do not cherish the teachings. They formulate impositions. And as if they were mad, they seek to act in the name of the Christ. The results don't wait to come. Failure, disillusion, sterility, and pain come little by little, awakening the dormant soul for the eternal realities. There are many who become rebellious and disenchanted. They complain, however, but of themselves. Jesus said, "Put my words in your ears." Even the wind has a direction. Would then the Divine Master transmit any lesson in vain? You see, this book has 180 messages. We are in chapter 70. We have heard more than a third of this book. And yet, the question is, are we walking the talk? Why should we? For our own benefit. I know people who say, yeah, I know I have to forgive, but take it easy. As if they are doing a favor to somebody else. No. They're doing a favor to themselves. Yeah, I know I have to be kind, but you have to be kind for you. When Jesus is guiding us, he's not doing it so we follow him and obey him for the sake of it. But he's doing it out of love, saying, it's good for you. It's like parents telling their children, sit down and study. If they are good children, if they are not rebellious, they're going to say, yes, I will. But majority of them will say, no, but I want to play. It's okay, but it's not that we want them to obey us. We want what's good for them. If they fulfill it, it's good for them. If we fulfill this, it's good for us. Learning to detach, learning to let go, learning to forgive, learning to love, learning to be selfless, to be altruistic. It's good for us and for others, but it's good for us as well. The day we understand this, we're no longer going to rebel against, because then we understand that every single advice and warning from Master Jesus is coming for our own benefit. And if we fulfill it, we'll be happy and joyful. If we don't, he says, little by little, failure, disillusions, sterility, pain, meaning we won't. No wonder people sometimes are born happy and then happy, quote unquote, like children. And then when they are older, they become heavy. They become grumpy. They become bitter, sour. Why? The disillusions of life, bad choices. Any time in our lives is time to shift gears. No matter if we're 90 or 9, it's time to follow the Master. And it's always a delight, friends. Who am I to say I'm learning just like everybody here? And it encourages us to fulfill it. Let us listen to the Master. Question to us that Emmanuel is asking: would the Divine Master transmit any lesson in vain? What is the main lesson he has taught us that we would like to fulfill today? Let us pray. Master Jesus, you have been talking to us for the longest time. And every day we hear you, and yet we postpone, we procrastinate major decisions in ourselves. We want to let go and forgive unconditionally, understanding that people don't make mistakes because they want, but because they don't know any better, as you've taught us. We want to bless the best with you and let it go. Bless everyone in our lives and visualize you with each and every person. Blessing, enveloping with your love, and your kindness. We want to thank you, dear Lord, for being our shepherd, for guiding us, protecting us, feeding us with your nourishment of love. Today we visualize you in our homes, in our workplaces. We visualize you in our neighborhood, visiting our neighbors, bringing them joy and hope, visiting every school. We visualize you entering the schools of our children, grandchildren, of our nieces and nephews, cousins, blessing the teachers, the parents, the administrators, the staff, every little kid, and the teens. We visualize you entering the hospitals and blessing every person who is in need of help, every doctor, nurse, therapists. We visualize you in all businesses, visiting business people, calming their anxieties, making them feel loved, making them feel cared for. We visualize you entering prisons and shelters, renewing the minds and the feelings of everyone who is there. And we see you walking through the streets of our cities, entering nursing homes, bringing new joy to the hearts of those who are in need of help. And our planet, feeling your loving embrace of peace, of harmony, being invited to bridges of friendship amongst nations. Thank you, dear Master, for another day, and so be it. It's a joy for us to be invited by Master Jesus every day. He's just saying, let's be good students, that's all it is. Listen to the teacher, right? Let's listen to the teacher and do our homework. Thank you, friends, for being here with us once again. Thank you, Lu. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Slavic. Thank you, Maria Isabel. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Daisy. We wish you a lovely day, Elsa, and night. And we hope we may listen to the Master today like no other day.